Good morning, true crime friends. Look, I'm running late this morning. I'm sitting here hang on. My coffee is very hot. That's my second cup of coffee. I'm sitting here running my mouth. And by running my mouth, I mean texting with friends back and forth. I have 2 friends who are early risers like me. Oh, 3, because my sister is also an early riser. And I'm like, let me just send this one little message. Let me reply to this. Oh, let me send her a meme. And I'm like, oh, I should have recorded this message, my little video, half an hour ago. But look, this is what's going on in the true crime world. First of all, like the video, subscribe to the channel. I always forget to say that. We are still in Florida on the boy in the box case. Tim Ferriter, state of Florida versus Tim Ferriter, right? He built this box in his garage and locked his 14-year-old son in there as a punishment. I honestly don't know what this man was trying to prove or do or whatever. He says he accidentally tortured and abused his son. Accidentally, sir? For 3 years, you locked this child. You had a custom-built box in your garage so that you could create solitary confinement for your child when he misbehaved. Only that became his permanent bedroom. I'm sorry, sir, what? What? So we're in the defense case right now. And yesterday they were like, okay. Ooh, wait, what was that noise I just heard? Yesterday they were just like, yes, he built a room for his son. And I'm like, okay, so you're acknowledging the abuse. Say more. And he was like, but it was for like timeout purposes. Okay. Maybe not how I would have handled it. Okay. And then they put like a forensic psychologist on the stand. And I was like, okay, maybe she's going to say that like this was like a oopsie torturing. Because you know how sometimes you accidentally torture somebody, your child, and you don't mean to. So the forensic psychologist gets up there and she's like, yes, he had attachment reactive disorder. This is what causes that. And the way you make it worse is by locking him in a box in the garage. Okay. So, Miss Forensic Psychologist lady, you're not really helping the case. Okay, fine. And then the defense gets up there and says, here's some videos of times where we were not torturing him. It wasn't like 24/7. And yes, we fed him the leftovers from the rest of the family, but not every day. Here's the thing. You don't have to like torture somebody every day for it still to be torture. Remember like Jeffrey Dahmer? He didn't kill everybody he met, but he still went to jail. I just have a feeling that maybe Mr. Tim Ferriter has misunderstood the point of the judicial system. Like, sir, you're doing it wrong. You're doing it all wrong. That's not how any of this works. So now we're at the point in the case where he has to decide whether or not he's going to testify. Oh, dear Black Jesus, I hope he testifies. I really, really, really want this man to get up on this stand and tell us what exactly was in his mind. Part of the reason that I want to hear him testify is that I know that the prosecutor is going to shred him mercilessly and endlessly. She will shred this Mama Luke because this prosecutor, oh, she has no time for your mess. Oh yeah, she went to the Jeannie Seconder School of I do not have time for your mess, and she gonna let him know. And my only regret is that I have meetings and stuff today, so I cannot just sit perched all day watching this prosecutor explain to this man exactly the kind of piece of garbage he is in judicial language, very politely, possibly with her pinkies out while she's there in the court. In other news, speaking of people going to jail, Todd Chrisley is back in the news. Now, do you recall Todd Chrisley from Keeping Up with Chrisley? Chrisley Knows Best. I don't know. He's the man down there in Georgia who was like, is he a preacher? I know he's religious, and I want to say he was a preacher, but I never really watched that show, so I'm not really up on like all he was up on. He was this rich guy and his wife, and Todd Chrisley is an odd fellow. It's not like he's no longer living. He is an odd gentleman. And he and his wife went to prison for bank fraud and tax evasion. They're reality TV stars. They had this reality TV show for years and years, and they used their personal assistant and their accountants and whatever to evade taxes and to defraud the bank. Okay, sir, Mr. Chrisley, those things are illegal. I don't know if you read all the laws or were aware or whatever, but those things are illegal. You're welcome, because clearly you didn't understand. Now, Mr. Chrisley, who is doing 12 years in federal prison, which I guess federal prison is luxury prison? It don't seem that luxurious to me. But what do I know? I'm not up on all my prisons. I have not toured them all. They don't have them on Zillow. Their Yelp reviews are terrible, I'll tell you that much, because I looked them up. He said that he believes that the Lord has sent him to prison so that he could minister to people and witness to people and help prison conditions get better. Sir, the Lord has sent you to prison because you ain't pay your taxes. Now, did the Lord tell you to stop paying your taxes and to defraud banks? Something tells me that the all-powerful, number one, don't need your help. That just right off the rip, he wasn't looking to you for help. He's like, who can help me? That dude over there not paying his taxes, he's going to help me out a lot. Sir, you could have helped by not going to prison. It's a radical idea. He's doing 12 years and his wife is doing 6. Is his wife going to stay with him? Because if this is like one of those Teresa Giudice situations where the wife was just minding her own business and shopping down at the Gucci store or whatever, and then she was like, wait, I got to go to prison too? This idiot did stuff and I got caught up and I got... hello, 1-800-DIVORCE, because you know they ain't got no money now. They're like, how can we do a DIY divorce? Can I sever my trial? Can I sever my situation from his? I guess if you're away from him for 6 to 12, then you don't have to get a divorce. It's not like you're going to see him anyway. But, Mr. Chrisley, just so you know, that's not why the Lord sent you to prison. The Lord sent you to prison because you did not follow the law. Now, had you followed the law, you could be out here doing whatever, ministering, not ministering, hopefully paying your taxes on time. But something tells me that's not his strong suit. He just like rules and laws and doing all the stuff you're supposed to do. That's not his gift, right? And all of us have various gifts and clearly following rules. Well, that's just not his gift. And fine if that's not your gift, but at least be smart enough to not get caught. Like, Mr. Chrisley, I think you're misguided, but you have another 11 years to think real hard about it. So, maybe during the course of that time, you could think, I mean, listen, if he's going to be in prison, I hope he actually makes conditions better for those who are there. But sir, you've misunderstood the situation. Or maybe going to, I went to prison so that I could serve others. If that is the perspective that you're taking and you decide to use your time to do good instead of evil, then good for you. Congratulations. Unclear how that works, but whatever. And another reality prisoner, Jen Shah, apparently celebrated her first birthday in prison. And she said she had prison sushi. Excuse me now? What exactly goes into prison sushi? And just the words prison sushi make my breakfast come up a little bit. Prison sushi. So rice and Cheetos and beef sticks all rolled up together and what goes in prison sushi? Now, according to my notes, Jen, who is serving 6 years in federal prison down there in Bryan, Texas, that's supposed to be one of the good prisons. I'll bet you it's not luxury, though. That lady, Elizabeth Holmes, Rebecca Holmes, child, that lady with the blood machine who she was defrauding people, Elizabeth Holmes, that seems right. She used to dress like Steve Jobs and pretend her voice was deeper in a black turtleneck, whatever. You know who I'm talking about. They made an HBO special about her. She's also in that prison. And apparently her and Jen Shah from The Real Housewives of Salt Lake City are BFFs. Okay. Okay, whatever. And Jen Shah was like, oh, I held the other prisoner's new baby. Good for you. Should they be bringing babies to prison? I don't know how prison works. I mean, I've seen Orange is the New Black, and so I know how prison works from like, I watched it on TV point of view, and then I know that Martha Stewart went to prison point of view. But in terms of like really, really knowing how prison works, unclear. And you know what? I don't need to find out. Y'all could just like report back, make a movie or whatever, and I'll be happy to watch it. But to go and no, Nope, 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 nope. What I would appreciate though, you know how like if you go on Trulia or Zillow or Realtor.com, you can see all the pictures from the inside of the house and they do like the 360 and you get the view or whatever. I would like that. Like, I'd just be like, let me scroll in. Let me zoom in. How soft do these beds look? That part I'm super curious about. So if house hunters or somebody want to go, prison hunters, I have so many good show ideas. Like, why don't they have a show where someone's going to prison and they get to pick which prison? But only the good prisons, right? Good prisons around the world. I just want to know because I'm nosy, not because I want to know, not because I'm interested in breaking the law, because I guarantee you I am not. I would like to stay here in my lovely home that is driving me crazy. Honest to goodness, I feel like this house is falling apart around me. I woke up this morning and there are these teensy little ants in my kitchen. I do not know where they came from. They gonna need to go. They getting evicted today. But like, I've seen the big ants in the spring. It's fall and these are teensy ants. Are these fall ants? If you have like ant information, please let me know because I have no idea. I'm gonna take everything off the shelves and wipe everything down and then disinfect and then I'm gonna commence to murdering ants immediately. Me and bugs, that's not a thing. And then in addition to that, there's water on my basement floor this morning. It's not raining outside. The water is in front of the hot water heater, but the water is cold. So if the hot water heater is leaking, would it leak hot water or would it leak cold water? Why is there a puddle? It's not that big, but it seems to be getting bigger. Home ownership is such a joy. I just bought that hot water heater like 12 years ago. Aren't those things supposed to last forever? Clearly not. But listen, first world problems, because there are people in the world who don't have hot water. There are people who are in prison who don't probably have personal hot water heaters, and I am eternally grateful for hot water. I could not get along without hot water, but I am gonna call the nice PSE&G people and be like, excuse me, that hot water heater I bought from you 12 years ago, 15 years ago, however long it was, I think it's leaking water, and y'all gonna need to come out and do whatever you do for the hot water of the leaking of the whatever, because I need hot water and I need showers and I need it to not be leaking on my floor. Maybe I should go tankless. Okay, these are not questions that I should ponder here. Anyway, last but certainly not least, one of my children, our youngest child, is turning 16. Okay, first of all, I'm the world's worst mother because I thought he was turning 15. And my husband and I had a whole discussion. And he was like, the boy's turning 16. And I was like, he's turning 16? I'm telling, he's a sophomore in high school. And in my mind, he was turning 15. I got a lot of kids, y'all. I have 4 kids to keep up with their birthdays. I have 4 grandchildren. That's a lot of people. That's a lot of birthdays. My husband expects me to know when he was born. His sisters, my sisters, our parents. It's a lot of humans. I can't keep track of all of them. And yes, some of them came out of my body. And I did the most important part. I let him grow inside of me. And then I pushed him out. I mean, I didn't push him out because I had 3 C-sections. But still, I mean, I did the hard part. Why do I have to know dates of birth and ages? It's a lot. I'm not that good with numbers. So he's having his 16th birthday next week. This week? What day is it? Next week. And I was like, okay, I always plan a birthday party for the kids. And when they were little, it was like Chuck E. Cheese and whatever. And then it was like Dave and Buster's. And so I've been saying, I'm on Pinterest and I'm pinning things. And I was like, what do you want for your birthday? And he's like, I don't know. I was like, okay, what about we do, and I've had all these great ideas, and he's like, no. I'm like, okay, it's this Saturday, so do you have a guest list? And he was like, a guest list? Guest lists are not a thing. How am I supposed to send invitations or evites? Who's going to RSVP? Should I just text all the moms? I know his friends. I know their parents. And this frequently happens between, I just sent a group text to his, there are 3 other kids that he's been BFFs with since kindergarten. I know all their mamas. I know their families. Everybody knows everybody. Last year, I took them to, what's that place I took them to? Oh, Camelback Lodge. So they spent the weekend at the indoor water park. They had a good time. They did the escape room. They got on my nerves. They spent a lot of money, but it was fine, right? Okay, good. So I'm like, my children have let me know that they are really, really over all of these go and do thing places. Y'all, do you know there are children in the world who don't get to go to the resort for the weekend for their birthday? Do you know how old I was? I went to the resort for the weekend for my birthday. I was in my 30s. But okay, fine. He's like, can you just order some Papa John's? I'm like, sure. Okay, well, how much Papa John's? He does not know. What flavors of pizza? He does not know. Should I make them all cheese? Is somebody a vegetarian? Does anybody keep kosher? And what about halal? Should I get an ice cream cake? Do you want a cake with actual cake? He's researching cakes. How is he researching cakes? How do you research a cake? Are you going to tastings when I'm not home? Well, this kid's about to drive me clean out of my mind. I'm telling you right now. He's researching cake. I was like, I need to know before the day of, because on Friday night, he's going to be like, I want 100-layer cake with 3 flavors and assorted fillings. Can you do that for me? By tomorrow at noon, I've invited all my friends over, because that's how he rolls. No, sir. I'm going to need a guest list by tomorrow so I can email moms, or you could just let kids know. I don't. What does he want for his birthday? He does not know. You know what he's going to get for his birthday? A new hot water heater. Maybe tankless. All that money I've been spending on birthday parties, I think that's what I'm going to get him. I'm going to get him a nice tankless hot water heater and say, enjoy your hot showers. Look, I got you the good body wash. Happy 16th birthday. These children. Oh my God. Look, I still have to figure out what we're doing for lunchtime true crime. My throat has been sore. It's starting to come back. My congestion is starting to go away. I'm about to be among the land of the living. I'm over here doing all my little crochet projects. See, made some cute little pumpkins in different colors. I got things going on. Ooh, I made a golden apple. Oh, and red apples and green apples. I got crafts working over here. There's a lot of things for me to do in addition to figuring out a true crime case to do at lunchtime. So let me go find that. If I could think of a good apropos of nothing, I would just do that. But I can't think of nothing. Anyway, so y'all have a great, safe day. Goodness, true crime at lunchtime. I'm going to figure it out between now and 12 o'clock. I'll tell you that much. In the meantime, you know me. I'm going to be over on the live stream for Brandy Churchwell. That is the 13th juror. Yesterday, Brandy's live stream was down. I don't know what's happening down there in Florida. Maybe the ghost of the boogeyman got to her fiber, Wi-Fi, cable, whatever. But I'm going to be over there. So you can check me out in the comments down on Brandy's live stream. That is the 13thjuror.com. I don't know. She live streams trials, and that's what I have running on the background during the rest of my day when I'm not in meetings and running people's lives and ordering hot water heaters. Okay, y'all make it a good one, and I will see you soon. Bye.